So, are they a good company to work for? Every driver needs to ask themselves this question before going into or accepting that new job offer. So whether you're a company driver, an owner operator, if you're going into a lease purchase program, when you are being hired or recruited by this trucking company, you need to ask yourself, are they a good company to work for? So I've created a list of what you can do in order to minimize your risk when going into a new trucking company. Now remember, the recruiter on the other side can tell you whatever they want, but you need to do your own research. So with these 9-10 points, we're gonna go over on what you can do in order to better yourself and make sure that the company that you're going into is a good company, is a valid company, and that you're gonna get paid on time. So let's get to it. The first thing that we wanna do is just a quick search. It's gonna take you literally 3-4 minutes. You're just gonna search up the company's website, okay? Now, branding is huge in today's industry. A company that cares about the way their website looks, it means a lot about the company. Okay, so I'm gonna post up here one company that I just randomly found online. You know, if I was to work for this company, or if I was interviewing, if I was being interviewed by this company, I would look at their website, and this website would be a little bit concerning for me. Okay, it's a little alarming. It's a website, maybe I think it was, you know, it was done back in, I don't know, this website looks like it was done at least 15 years ago. People in today's world, you need to have a more, you need to have a website from today's generation. Okay, websites are extremely important. They are the face of your company. It's what people Google, it's what people research. Your website, I mean, clients go on this website, their customers would go on this website to find out. It tells you a lot about the company. Okay, so here's one, you know, I'm just gonna go over it. You know, here it is. This really, I mean, probably a 5 or 10-year-old boy could have done this online. Really not a 21st, you know, for 2021, really not a website that I would be proud of. But here is one that is extremely, you know, is done well. A company should invest in their website, okay? If it's a medium-sized carrier, large carrier, even if it's a small carrier, this is their image, and they really need to put out, you know, they really should invest a little bit into their website. Websites today are not expensive. To put a website like this, here is, you know, here's one that I like, I think is a great website, is done properly. The second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick search on Google reviews. Very, very important. Drivers constantly leave Google reviews, whether they're good or they're bad. You need to read both, okay? So the comments that the company didn't pay me, I hate those comments. There shouldn't be any comments about companies not paying drivers, okay? So in some Google reviews, you'll read it. So let's say you want to go into a trucking company, just Google their name, look at their Google reviews, and see the reviews of what people say about them. Now, every company is going to have bad reviews also about their service or about, you know, drivers not being happy. But you're looking for those specific reviews, or you're looking for a pattern. If you see 3, 4, 5 different drivers are complaining about the exact same thing, something's wrong with that company. If you see one off here or one off there, you never really know what the story was. It could be anything. So one review doesn't mean anything, but when you have multiple reviews saying the same thing, then that's a red flag. All right. Number 3, Facebook, Instagram, and their social media presence. Really, really important, okay? 2021, everything is on our phones. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you know, their website. So this is really, really important. You want to see, you know, their followers. You want to see how many people have are a part of their channel, are part of their Instagram or their TikTok or their, you know, their Facebook page. It means a lot about a company. So whether it's their customers, whether it's their drivers, it says a lot about them. Number 4, okay? I love this one. You gotta go to the company's yard where they park their trucks and trailers, okay? Very, very important. When you walk into their yard, okay, just have a look at their equipment. Again, branding means a lot. Look at their trucks, look at their trailers, right? Do they invest in their equipment? Is their equipment good? A real driver, a professional driver will be able to spot a yard. Literally within 5 minutes, he'll be able to tell you if it's a good company or not such a good company. He'll be able to look at their equipment. He'll be able to look at the way the yard is organized, and he'll be able to tell you if it's a good company or not so good company. When you are in their yard, okay, so this drives me crazy. When the yard is separate from their office, okay, I personally don't like that. I like companies that have their yard and their office together. They are a company that has a yard and the office together. they spend thousands and thousands of dollars in rent, on infrastructure. Okay, so I prefer to go into a company that has the yard and their office together. Okay, the second thing or the third thing that drives me nuts is the concrete or asphalt or recycled concrete or recycled asphalt that's on the that's in the yard. Okay, so I hate potholes. I hate the fact, you know, if we come to a yard and, you know, the ground is not leveled off properly. I think it says a lot about a company, whether they have the money to invest in the infrastructure or they don't have the money. That would, again, that wouldn't be a make it or break it for me. But again, I like it when it's asphalt. I like it when, you know, the dolly legs, they won't sink into the ground. I'm just really picky, so that's just me. But definitely look at their yard. Number 5, and you really need to do this, you got to look into the company's safety score. Okay, the reason you need to look into the company's safety score is, do you want to be one of those drivers that are constantly in the scales? Okay, a company with a really bad safety score, their drivers get pulled into the scale a lot more frequent than companies that have a really good safety score. Okay, so again, a company with a bad safety score, they're constantly getting pulled into the scales. They're, you know, the officers are a lot more, you know, they go through their truck and their logbooks with a magnifying glass because they know that the company is not doing their job 100%. So definitely ask about the safety score, or you can do a quick search on their safety score to see what their safety score is. Now, number 6. I would not work for a company that does not have a fast pass. Okay, I don't want to be constantly going into these scale houses. I want to focus my time. I'm getting paid per mile. If I'm a company driver, if I'm an owner operator, if I'm getting paid per mile, okay, I don't want to be pulled into the scales. I would like a fast pass in my truck, and the companies that have fast passes inside their truck, 95% of the time that light goes green and you don't even need to go into the scale house. So definitely a big one for me is if the company has a fast pass or not. All right, guys, currently over 40,000 subscribers are a part of our channel. This is a huge movement. We are creating content that really helps the truck drivers out there. So whether you're a company driver, owner operator, lease operator, if you're thinking of getting into the industry, if you're thinking of getting your Class 1 license, guys, this channel is for you. It appears to be that only 22% of you are subscribed to the channel. The other 78%, you guys are getting a free ride. Subscribe to the channel. We need you a part of this channel, and share the content if you like it, because there are other drivers that this content can be very helpful for them. So please, guys, subscribe to the channel, and let's get back to that video. Number 7, discounts on fuel. So this is more for owner operators. This is more for lease operators. The contract can be amazing. Okay, the terms are great. They have a very, very high rate per mile. But the question is, what kind of discounts are they getting on fuel? So I know that there's a lot of companies that are posting really high pay rates, but they force you to use their fuel cards, and their fuel cards are, the fuel is not being discounted, especially in the US. I mean, you should be getting anywhere between 20 to 25 cents off per gallon in the US through fuel cards. Okay, if you're working for a larger carrier that you're not getting the fuel discounts, that means the carrier is keeping the discounts for themselves. Okay, so again, one more time, fuel cards, really, really important. Okay, we as a company, we have fuel cards. There are stations out there that give us discounts on fuel. We pass this along to our owner operators. Okay, there are other companies that post much higher rates but don't give off the discounts to the drivers. Okay, really important, ask about the fuel discounts. Number 8, so how long is a company's orientation says a lot about the company. If the company is willing to hire you and you are from today to tomorrow, or today, if today's Monday, by Wednesday you're in a truck, there's no way that that's happening in any one of these mega carriers. There's no way that that's happening in our company. And any company that is willing to recruit you with less than 48 hours, I mean, I think that you need to question why. Okay, the amount of paperwork, the amount of things that we need to do internally, you know, the reference checks that we need to do to make sure that your abstract CVR, you know, your US record, that everything is clean. That takes time, that takes manpower. Now, do you want to be in a company that hires you? If a company hires you within 28 to 48 hours, that means that there are other drivers inside that company that they've hired within 24 to 48 hours. Do you want to be working for a company that has a majority or that has a lot of new drivers there? I mean, if the company has a lot of new drivers there, that means that their safety score is probably through the roof, right? So I would highly cautious to make sure, you know, double check how long is their orientation, and don't get upset if the orientation is 4 or 5 days or it'll take you a week to get into the truck, because you got to do a road test, a proper road test. You are going to be with other drivers who are of elite status. Okay, the harder it is to get into a company, that means that they have all the checks in place, which means that the drivers that are there, all right, they obviously have the backbone, they obviously have the experience. So number 9, also very, very important, does the company recruit new drivers? Okay, so new drivers is a red flag. New drivers is a, you know, their training program is very, very important on how they recruit new drivers. If anybody just walks in through the door, be careful. Because their CVR is probably, you know, their safety rating is probably really, really bad. So just be careful and ask them if they recruit new drivers. And then number 10, I can't believe that there's still companies out there. Ask how they pay. If the company pays by check, okay, there's something wrong with them. You cannot be in today's world and still be paying your drivers by check. It has to be direct deposit. It has to be every 1st and every 15th, no questions asked. Okay, if there is a check waiting for you in your what do they call it, in your cubby, okay, that company is from the 1800s, and you might want to think twice if you want to work for that company, because drivers are usually not home, and you're not going to wait until you get to the terminal in order to pick up their check and then go to the bank and deposit it, and then they'll have a 3 or 4 day hold on it. The money needs to be in your bank. With today's technology, email transfers, I mean, we all get paid on the 1st and 15th through payroll. It's directly deposited into our account. There should be no reason why you're getting paid by check. Well, there you have it. I actually gave you 10 points on how to analyze a company and to limit the risk of going into a bad company. Okay, so remember, guys, please make sure you follow these 10 steps. The burden is on you, or the onus is on you. Double check. The last thing you want to do is go into a company, and I hear a lot of these stories that where the drivers do not get paid, where their last pay gets held. You don't want that. The Google reviews will definitely help. Make sure you check up on the company and use these 10 points. You will limit the risk. I'm Ronen, R-O-N-E-N, and I'll catch you in the next one. And if you enjoyed this video, if you liked this video, if you got any value from this video, please give it a thumbs up, make a comment down below. If I missed something, or if you think you can help other drivers, put a comment down below. I read them, and in my next video, I might add it to my next video. So thank you so much, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it. I'm Ronen, I'll catch you in the next one.